Hi, my name's Harvey Ailiff. I've been a chef for many years now. In that time I've been head chef, executive chef and group chef of some of London's most prestigious and well-renowned clubs, restaurants. What I'd like to do today is I'd like to cook this fantastic New Zealand tama lamb. It's a product I've just come across, but it's absolutely wonderful. It's took 10 years in development. It's almost got a marbling like a wagyu on a micro scale. It's finished on chicory for loads of omega-3. It's absolutely delicious. Really great lamb. 30-day hung. What I'm going to do today, I always find it really hard to slice lamb on the bone. So I'm going to take it off the bone. I'm going to butterfly it. I'm going to make a simple Middle Eastern style marinade with some lovely wild garlic. Then we're going to grill it off, finish it in the oven, and I'm going to serve it. So let's start with our marinade. I've got this lovely wild garlic. It's just in season now. It's absolutely fantastic. Got a mild garlicky flavour if you've never come across it. Then I've got a lamb cube. I put that in because I feel it gives a really nice flavour. I've got some olive oil with that. I've got some cumin. Don't worry, there's a recipe at the end of this. Some cumin, some shumac, a Turkish spice, very citrusy, and some pepper. I'm going to add some hard herbs. I've got a little bit of rosemary there, some oregano, some parsley, a little bit of thyme. Right, so now I'm going to butcher it. It's really quite simple. I wouldn't say I'm a master butcher, but I know my way around a piece of meat. I've got this lovely Japanese knife that I'm using at the moment. So basically there's a bone there, and a knuckle. So I'm just going to go in there, slicing in. Just going in like that. Let's get to the bone like so. Turn that round, and I'm going to go. I've got my hand on that. I can just ease that. Now, just going to go into there. Just there. Get that nice muscle off the back, like that. Again in, just going to use my nose to get it off. Following the bone, up and give this to my dog. So just going to nip that there, along there, just going along the bone. So that's the main bone out. And then you've got your lovely, this is almost your rump. All I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to open that. And that up like so. Going to open that up. Now you can see all this lovely marbling. Just going to remove that little knuckle, like so. I'm going to score it in a little bit, just so my marinade comes in. Turn it over, score this lovely skin. I'll cook it with the bone. You can see that wonderful marbling. This grazes in the iconic New Zealand hills. I've got my marinade, as you can see. Beautiful. I'm just going to be really generous with that. Now what I tend to do is you want to get it right in there. I'm not going to put it on the outside, I'm just going to get it in the inside. So I'm just going to lightly season this with a nice bit of rock salt. I've had to cut it in half just for the simple reason I haven't got a pan big enough to get it all in. I mean, this is a great barbecue dish, but I also like it in the colder months. You can slap the whole thing on the barbecue. As I say, this meat's lovely. So I'm going to start it skin side down. I'm just going to get a nice colour on that. I'm going to put the bone in. There's a little bit of meat left on there, but my dog will be well happy. We're just going to sear this off. What I like about this dish is when you cook it, you'll have bits that are more towards medium well, and then some more medium rare bits, just because of the shape of the lamb. but it's fantastic. What the art of cooking great lamb is cook it low and slow. So I've got that at 170. That's why I'm sealing it off, because it won't actually get that much colour. I'm probably going to cook it for about 30-40 minutes and try it, but I always like to use a probe, as there is a lot of different muscles on this, so it is better that you probe it. But you want to rest it as long as you've cooked it for. Beautiful colour on that. It's a really simple dish. You serve it sharing style, do it with a great Greek salad, or some nice new potatoes, boiled Jersey Royals if you're lucky enough to get some. So now to make our dressings, sauces like salad. So I've got some Greek yogurt here. I'm going to add to that some sumac we spoke about earlier, some garlic powder, some cumin powder and some pepper. Then I've got some nice mint here. I'm going to chiffonade it, so I'm going to just cut it nice and thin, like so. It's really simple this, but it really works well with this dish. I've just washed my cucumber and I'm literally just going to grate the cucumber. As you can see, grate it down. Once I've grated it, I'll squeeze it out and then add it to my yogurt, and it really is that simple. Salsa. Got some diced onions here and a little bit of chilli. Just put them in there. I'm just going to cover, I've got a nice bit of cider vinegar. I'm just going to cover that like so. Crack of salt in that, and I'm going to just reduce that into the onions. So we've got all this lovely basil, wild garlic. We just want to cut it, give it a reasonably good cut. When you cook parsley with garlic, it takes the flavour of the garlic, or the smell they say. So now I'm going to remove my lamb. I've probed it, that's probably a nice medium. As you can see, I've cooked down my onions, they're nice and dry. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour some of them lovely juices into my onions, like that. I'm going to add a nice slug olive oil, like that. Slug again. I'm going to pop it back on the heat, reduce it a little bit more. It's really important when you cook lamb that you give it a good long rest. So you can just cover that with tin foil, just let it sit. Looks fantastic. Put me herbs in there, a little bit of extra olive oil. It's a little bit oily, but that's how I want it against my lovely yogurt. Now for the moment of truth. So here's our lamb. I've just popped it back in the oven, looking again for the way the grain goes, and then I'm going to slice it. Oh, look at that. That is just like butter. That is absolutely amazing. Look at that. Absolutely wonderful. Watch my videos, you'll know I'll add a tiny bit of salt, and I just think that that is one amazing dish.